Hi friends, a very good evening to all. Now today in this video we are going to discuss briefly about the binders. See, basically a binder is a temporary vehicle for giving the particular shape to the powders and holding all the powder particles in the perfect shape before sintering process. See, we mix the binder with the powder and we form the feedstock. Most binders are multiple component mixtures that contain a major ingredient which indicates the basic properties along with the additives used to obtain the other desired properties. See, when we mix the binder with the powder surface, the binder should thoroughly wet the powder surface. Okay, that is very important. For ferrous alloys, the most common coupling chemicals are stearates including stearic acid, zinc stearate and ethylene. Of these, stearic acid is the low cost popular molecule having a molecular formula CH3 in the bracket CS216 COOH, a density of 0.85 grams per centimeter cube, and its melting temperature is 65 to 75 degrees Celsius. For slip casting, the mixture has a viscosity similar to that of paint, while for injection molding or extrusion, a higher viscosity mixture having the consistency of toothpaste is employed. Desired binder characteristics. A binder must have low inherent viscosity at the shaping temperature. The binder should have low molecular weight and must be strong and rapid after shaping. The binder must be strong and rigid after shaping. Next point B, powder interaction. Wet and adhere to the powder. The binder should thoroughly wet and adhere means stick to the powder. The binder should be chemically passive. The binder should be stable during mixing and shaping. Binder burn out. A binder must be non-corrosive, giving non-toxic products on decomposition. The binder should leave on residue on bureau burnout. Okay, compacting. See, blended powders means when we mix the powder with the binders that are passed in the dies under high pressure to form them into the required shape. See, when we mix the binders with appropriate proportions with the powder, then that powder mixture is placed into the die or dies to give the perfect shape and size. Work part after compaction is called a green compact or simply a green. Word green meaning not yet fully processed. The compaction is done to bring the finely divided particles of powder into close proximity while imparting the desired part configuration. The following methods are adopted for compacting: die pressing, centrifugal compacting, injection molding, extrusion, rolling, gravity sintering, slip casting, isostatic molding and explosive molding. Now we'll discuss die pressing. See, in die pressing you see here, this is the punch, upper punch, and this is the lower means die. Lower half portion is known as die. So in this die we place the powder in appropriate proportion. Okay, now see, this is the first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step. See, The metal powders are placed in the die cavity, means here in this die cavity, and compressed to form component shaped to the contour of the die. Means when we place the powder into the die and when we apply the pressure from the upper punch on the metal powder, then what will happen? So that required shape will be obtained, and the final shape obtained will be the shape of the die. The pressure used for producing green compact of the component vary from 80 megapascal to 1400 megapascal. Depending upon the material and the characteristics of the powder used, mechanical presses are used for compacting objects at low pressure, hydraulic presses for compacting object at high pressure. Okay. What are the basic components? Hydraulic mechanism to apply the pressure. We have to apply the pressure from the upper die onto the lower die. A die of adequate strength having a cavity of the desired shape and dimensions. Feeding devices for filled die cavity. Upper and lower punches to apply pressure and to assist or help in the ejection of the green component. Okay. This is the single action die. See, first the metal powder is placed into the die cavity, then with the proper mechanism the pressure from the upper punch is applied. You see here the pressure is applied. Then what will happen? After completion of the process, again the upper punch is moved in the upward direction, and see, this is the part which is produced, and the shape of the part is same as that of the shape of the die cavity. Okay. See, generally the single action die, it is used to manufacture flat thin parts such as washers, discs, thin rings. The lower punch is stationary here. This lower punch is stationary in the single action die. Okay. What are the advantages? Tools used are very simple. Mechanical or hydraulic press may be employed. What is the disadvantage? It is not suitable for manufacture of long parts because of non-uniform density distribution. See, the density distribution is not uniform. That is the main problem. Okay, double action die compaction. The powder is compacted simultaneously from opposite directions by both the top and bottom punches. The process is same as that of the single action die, but here, see, in case of single action die, the pressure is applied from only one direction, but here the pressure is applied from top and from the bottom direction. You see here, from the top direction also, from the bottom direction also. Okay. This technique can be used for the manufacture of thin-walled bushings and cylindrical bearings. Thank you.